Hi guys, welcome to CloudTech. In this video, we are going to solve a problem which was asked in Capgemini interview. The candidate had 2.5 years of experience working as a Java developer, and apart from Java, he was having knowledge about writing REST APIs and Spring Boot as well. So in this interview, we are going to solve two coding problems which will be based on Java 8 features. And when the candidate had solved this problem, he was selected and he was offered a CTC of 8.5 LPA. Okay, so I have a candidate which will mock the interview and he will be helping us to solve the problem statement. Okay, now let me move to the problem statement. So here you can see I have two classes. One class is player and the other class is a team. Now, this player class consists of three properties: name, the score, and there is a type. Type indicates whether it is a batsman or a bowler. Okay, and then there is a team class which consists a list of players. Okay, now the problem statement is you have to find the sum of scores of all the players in that team or in a team. Okay, so you got my problem statement.
Hello, yes, I got the problem statement. So there is a player class, there's a team class which has list of player, and I need to find the sum of scores of all the players in the team.
Yes, correct. So can you try to solve it by using Java 8 features?
Yeah, so let me try to solve this problem. I am sharing my Eclipse. Is my Eclipse visible?
Yes, I can see.
Okay, so let's start with the first thing, which is creating a class. So I'm going to create a player class. The player class has three fields: name, score, and type. Let me create three fields. It is going to be a private field, private string name. Then I'm going to create a private integer score, and then I'm going to create a private string type. Okay, so let me do Control A, right click, and refactor. Okay, so correct indentation. I just created a class with three fields. Let me create get a setter out of this. So generate getter setter. I'm going to select all the fields for the getter setter. All right, so this will create my getters and setters. I'm also going to create a constructor out of this. The source uh, generate constructor using fields. I'm going to select all the fields and let me create a constructor out of this player class. Okay, so the player class is ready with three fields. Now I'm going to create a team class. It is going to be team, and team class will have a list of player. So let me create a private list of player, and I'm going to name this as players. Okay, always keep in mind you have to code to interface rather than the actual implementation. So we are going to take list here instead of array list. Let me import this, and after this I'm going to similarly create quickly the getter and setter and the constructor. So source generate getters and setters. I'm going to select this field and going to create a constructor is not required. What I'm going to do, I'm going to create a driver class. Driver class is the main class from where your program starts. I'm going to name this as the driver class. And this class will have your actual method, which is your main method. The signature of the main method is public static void and main. Okay. Now I'll go to the actual problem statement, which is the player class and the team class. And I'm going to add three players, two batsmen and one bowler. Okay. So let me create a player 1, 2, 3. So player P1 equal to new player. And I'm going to name this player as ABC. And this guy scored around 60 runs. And the type is batsman. Similarly, I'll copy this quickly, and I'm going to make two more players. One is P2 and one is P3. So let me rename these players. This player is going to be P2. This is going to be P3. So ABC, that is going to be my EQR, and this guy is going to be my MNO. So instead of I'm going to make the score as 40, and the bowler is going to score less. So I'm going to make it as 10 and make this guy as bowler. Okay, so let's try to create a list and add these players, the list of player. Here we are defining the generic type of the list. So we can add only player to this list. I'm going to name this as players equal to new array list. So array list is the implementation of your list interface. I created a list of players, and let me add players dot add P1, and I'm going to copy this and add P2 and P3 as well. Okay, so let me add P2 and let me add P3. So now my players are ready. Let me create a team as a player. So team, so I'm going to make this as KKR equal to new team. So this is where your players belong. So KKR dot set players and your players. Okay. So there are two batsmen and there is one bowler. Now I'm going to write the logic for the code, which is finding sum of the scores of all the players in the team. So let me go to the team class because we want to find sum of scores of all the players. So I'm going to write here. This is going to be my public method. Public is going to return integer and get score. Okay, so I'm going to check first if the list of player is null, and if it is null, then I can't compute the score. So if players is not equal to null, then I'm going to do the processing. Else, I'm going to return 0 because I know that I don't have players in the list. Now I want to use Java 8 for solving this problem. So to solve this problem, I'm going to take help of streams. Now players.stream will give me the stream. Now I'm going to take sum. To take the sum, I'm going to do map to int. So let's see if I can do this map to int, and to map, I'm going to do player player dot get score. Okay, and once I do this, I can use reduce. Okay, so reduce is where the actual sum will happen. Reduce, the identity will be 0 initial sum, and I just want to do a plus b. So there will be two things, a comma b, and this will give to a plus b. Okay, and now what does this return? This is returns me an integer. Let me capture this in integer variable, or let me directly return the score. Okay, because we are returning integer itself. So this will give me the sum of scores of all the players in a team. Now I'll go to the driver class and integer total score equal to kkr dot get score, and then I'll do system dot out dot println total score is my the total score variable. All right, so this is what my total score is. Let me run this program and see. So as you can see, the total score is 110.
Yes, perfect. Now I have another problem statement for you. So
Okay,
what you have to do is you have
okay, so before that, I just want to make one announcement. At CloudTech provides resources to IT companies. So there are MNCs, there are startups who want resources, who can work on Java, Spring Boot, microservices, and then the front-end technologies like Angular, React, and MySQL. So if any company is looking for resources, then they can reach out to us at cloudtechitconsulting@gmail.com. And those who are looking for jobs and have good hold on Java, Spring Boot, and microservices, or Angular, React, and MySQL, they can also reach out to us at this email, which is cloudtechitconsulting@gmail.com. Yeah, you can go ahead with the next problem statement.
Okay, so I have another problem statement which you have to solve. So the problem statement is you have to group the players according to their skill set. Like if it is a batsman, then you have to group all the batsmen under that category, and if it is a bowler, then you have to group all the bowlers from that team into one category. So can you write the code?
Yeah, okay. So I need to group the players according to their skill set. Okay, let me try this. So I'll move to my code, and I see there are two players who are batsmen, and there is one player who is bowler. Let me create one more bowler so that we'll have good sense of what is happening. I'm going to create bowler as P4 as well. So this is P4. I'm an O, and I'm going to make this guy as XYZ. Okay, so let me add P4 to the players list. Players dot add P4. Okay, now we have 4 players, 2 bowlers, and 2 batsmen. Now, just to divide, I'm going to take help of Java stream. For that, let me go to the team class, and I'm going to write one more method, which is public, and it is going to be map of string. String will be your skill set, which is either batsman or bowler, and then against that skill set, I want a list of player. Okay, and I'm going to give players by skill set is going to be my method name. Right, so I want to import the map. So let me import the map from java.utils. Okay, and so let me take this players dot stream. Again, it will give me the stream, and then I'm going to use collect. Within the collect, I can use take help of collectors. Collectors is a class which has a lot of methods. So collectors also have a method for grouping by objects in a list based on a field. So here collectors dot grouping by. Let me do GROU grouping by, and based on which field we want to group by, we want to group by using type. So I'm going to do player colon get type. So type is a field in a player which holds the value either the batsman or bowler. So this will consolidate, or this will separate out all the bowlers and separate out all the batsmen and return me a map. Okay, so let me take this thing in a map. It is going to be a map of string, and against that string I'm going to have list of player. So I'm going to give the name as by skill set. Okay, all right, so let me return this from my method return by skill set. All right, so in the driver class I'm going to take this sys out printing players by skill set, and then I'm going to call the method that we just wrote, kkr dot get players by skill set, and I'm going to assign it to the map of string and then list of player. So this is basically grouping by. You're grouping by some attribute which is your type of the player. So player and by skill set. All right, so I'm going to print this, but before printing I need to override the toString method, because without toString it will print some junk value by skill set. So let me go to the player class. I've just come into player class, and I'm going to write source generate toString, and I'm going to include name, score, and type together toString. So you can generally the place for toString is at the bottom of the code. You can just copy this toString method at the bottom. Okay, so now all the player details should be printed. Let me go to the driver class. Let me run this and see what happens. Okay, so now the score is 120 because we added one more player, and Batsman, there is EBC is a batsman, PQR is a batsman, and then we have a bowler named as MNO, and there's a bowler named as XYZ. So there are two batsmen and two bowlers. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's it from this. Thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah. Thanks everyone. Bye bye.